Can AI replace junior developers? CEO of AWS. Let's hit it.
One thing this channel has always attempted to do is to try to downplay or try to put a little bit of cold water on AI hype beasts. Okay, it's just been something that I've found to be very annoying about these last couple years is that there's this all or nothing approach that you often see from Y Combinator or from CEOs of major AI companies like Dario, right here, 3 to 6 months, 90% of all code will be just written by AI. But again, this was 9 months ago, and that's currently not happening. Also, you just see all these like CEOs of major companies going out there being like, embrace AI or get the hell out of here. And yeah,
You know what I'm gonna agree with? It is annoying because we live in a society that just fear mongers, and they're just trying to boost their stocks. Everybody got stonks and everything invested into this, so why not tell them that I can replace your job? You know, it doesn't help me saying that, oh yeah, a junior developer could definitely keep up with AI, like tens of millions of dollars into it. You're gonna be like, well, why am I investing into this product and not into a worker? You get what I mean? So I agree.
in this golden age of software, honestly, I do think we're in a golden age of software. In this golden age, we have the highest quantity of software ever written. Yet it feels like we have some of the lowest quality of software ever written. I think Microsoft is one of the best single examples of this. Microsoft finally admits almost all major Windows 11 core features are broken. And yes, that includes startup menu experience, search, system settings, taskbar, and Explorer. In other words, Microsoft Windows. So in this day and age, when I heard of a man named Matt Garman give his opinion, I was actually pretty shocked. And you're probably a lot like me. You were like, who's Matt Garman? I don't know. Should I know
I,
Matt Garman? Well, the funny thing is you know of his position. You just probably don't know him. Matt Garman is CEO of AWS. Yep, that little old hosting company, AWS. And here is what he has to say. I was at a group, a leadership group, and people were telling me they are like, we think that AI, we can replace all of our junior people in our company. I was like, that's like one of the dumbest things I've heard. This amazing. Absolutely amazing. There is a CEO out there that does have a more level head when it comes to some of these AI things. I would have loved, by the way, to be sitting in there, a bunch of people, yeah, we're going to get all those juniors out. Everyone at the table, hell yeah. They're all like,
yo, and that's the state of the market right now. You see a lot of companies hiring a lot of the developers and everything, and then once they train the model that they so-called replace us with, it tanks. Everything tanks, and then they're hiring again, and then there's no jobs, hiring again. It's like there's like a up and down thing with the market right now because they're genuinely trying to replace us. It's not like they're not trying to replace us. No, they're actively trying to get the fuck up. Like tell developers get the fuck up out of here. Don't come into this field because they keep more money. Like that senior developer that you see always testing you on assessments and trying to see if you can reach benchmarks. Yeah, motherfucker, you're going against the latest and greatest AI that they're building right now. But here's the catcher, right? If it doesn't bring them money, then they still need you. And a lot of AI right now doesn't bring in money. It's just trash. Right? Call it a
high
spade.
five and I don't know, doing whatever CEO people do, like I don't know, insult their blood boy and whatever it is, and then just to have this guy be like, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the dumbest idea I have ever heard. Like, dude, what an actual boss. Now, I have a lot to say about why I think junior devs are actually significantly more valuable than a lot of these cucked AI overlord hype beasts have been pushing lately, but we'll get there. All right, so Matt actually ends up giving us 3 reasons why junior devs will remain kind of a valuable commodity in the day and age of AI. Now, his reasons, honestly, for how based his statement was, I didn't really like him. His first reason, junior devs often know AI tools better. I don't know if that's true or not. Like, I truly don't know if that's true. Now, you could convince me that junior devs use AI tools more, that doesn't necessarily mean they know them better. And so, of the 3 reasons why junior devs are valuable, I do find this one to be rather lackluster. Matt's second reason also just has
All right, I'll give a crack at it. I'll give a crack at it. There's a law, you know what I mean? It's called as above, so below. It just means the more work you kind of put in, the less effort is needed for that work to be completed. So all of these mid-level and senior level developers creating the best, I guess, code base and everything out there. On the flip side, there is a junior developer right now, like I'm not saying me, but right now that can get to that same exact level using half that power. I hope I made sense, but yes, it's definitely power. It's blah, blah, blah. Fumbled over my words. It's definitely possible for a junior dev to know tools better because the amount of work that it takes to complete a task isn't going to be the same amount that it takes for a senior mid-level. It's a law of power. Like you just got to know it, man. Like as above, so below. That's all I know how to say.
Has this air of big company, right? It's just like they're so used to just firing orgs and firing large amounts of people. The second one really kind of like lines up with that mentality, which is junior developers shouldn't be the default cost saving move.
I
Which
said it. I
like
said it.
at least how I read it is like, hey, if you're gonna fire someone, you gotta get those more experienced people. Those pieces of crap are expensive. But at the bottom, he does say something that's pretty amazing, which is in fact, 30% of companies that laid off workers expecting savings ended up increasing expenses, and many had to
I
rehire
I've
later. And this is true. I actually personally know some stories that involve firing people just to later rehire the exact same person at a higher wage.
I said that if you guys just tuning in, I said that it's like a roller coaster cliff. It's like a roller coaster cliff, up, down, but they're gonna hire you again. You just gotta be there for the ride, you know.
Due to the laying off to begin with. But lastly, his last point I think is probably the most interesting one, which is removing juniors break the talent pipeline. And he's kind of looking at it and in this like long horizon. In other words, when there are not enough junior hires being trained today, teams struggle to fill roles tomorrow, especially at project scales. And I agree with him, but this is like on much larger time scales, which this is always just true. If there's not new people coming in, and as the old people age out, you could find yourself in kind of a tricky situation where you have to pay an ever increasingly large amount of money just to hire anybody. And honestly, this is kind of what the 2010s genuinely felt like. It was still that kind of holdover from the dot com boom era where everybody was going to be a software engineer, then nobody was going to be a software engineer, and the numbers never quite recovered. And all of a sudden, you're hitting 2008, 2010, and people are starting to pay more and more money because there's just not that many developers available. And with Dario and all these kind of dummies on the internet keep telling everybody that software engineering is going to be dead, well, they're going to be causing a similar esque problem. They're going to be causing a less and less amount of people entering into the workforce, which thus will kind of have this like second order effect in 5 years. So I do, yes, I actually do agree with Matt in the overall statement that AI is not going to be replacing junior devs. Junior devs are actually incredibly valuable, and it's really valuable long term in the pipeline. Though I think his points are a bit weak, I do think I have a better reason why junior devs are valuable. But I gotta tell you a little bit of a story. Here's the problem with AI and junior devs. When I used to have some junior devs, I used to be able to command a fleet of them. And what I used to be able to do is be like, hey, this part of the system, I want you to take a look at. We need to go from here to here, and I just want you to go explore, think about things, and kind of give me what you think. And it'd go on, they'd go off and they'd work for some amount of time. And then come back with a bunch of different ideas, or some of them very unique. Unique doesn't mean good or bad; just they were very unique. But nonetheless, they actually cared about the product. Like they actually had an emotional investment in making the place better. So often their changes weren't simply exactly what I asked for, but they were able to morph it and set it and be able to kind of grow into this position of expertise where instead of just simply being someone that does exactly what I say in the exact way that I say, they start making changes that are not what I'm saying. They're reading between the lines. They're able to do so much more, and it requires less and less communication from me over time. Whereas, obviously, with AI, the biggest problem with AI is I have to accurately describe my problem. And let's just face it, the moment PMs can accurately describe a problem is the day that software development no longer exists, which by
I'm not gonna lie to you. Two things. The first thing, that part I want to address because the reason why a lot of AI gurus are going towards this, oh, we can replace you, is in my eyes, and what I feel, I could be wrong. Um, they want to kind of lower our value as developers so we can take less to help them build their product. But what they don't realize the outcome will be, I'm not gonna say robo basilisk, where like we're working for a machine. You know what I mean? But like it's just gonna get to a point where uh the value of a machine will be a value of a human. It may sound like it may not make sense, but you see how a dollar is a one to one on whatever fictionary thing that they're saying, like is gold, for instance. A dollar is equal to 1 bar gold or whatever, whatever. Please don't look into semantics. It's just pegged one to one. That's what they're trying to do with people. That's just my assumption. They're trying to peg it to a point where a model is equal to a developer, which in turn makes 10,000 people happy. They're trying to make us an equation, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I just know that we are not a part of a system as a developer community. We just follow this creative path that he just said. That's just my spew.
By the way, is never. And so it's like that's the thing that I think is missing from this discussion is the value multiplication that starts happening as junior devs go from complete novice into someone that can start navigating this, the org structure and the large code base. Then all of a sudden they become super valuable coworkers in which you start going into different places and you're like, hey, I need your help. Tell me about this. What do you think? And all of a sudden, their value starts skyrocketing much more than an AI or anything else has because I can individually communicate with them. We can talk about ideas. We can see things that don't currently exist and weren't even spoken of. There's like this whole problem a lot with people kind of miss is that you sometimes have to do something wrong for a little bit or do something that's less efficient to understand what the actual correct answer is.
Yeah,
You need to do the
yeah,
wrong thing to figure
yeah,
out what the right thing is. Like one of the plugins I developed, Harpoon, I built like so many different versions of the exact same plugin, but with completely different ideas, trying to figure out how I wanted to navigate because I didn't know quite what it was. And sure, AI could have made that process of doing these little explorations much, much faster, but then I still had to just sit down and use it for 2 weeks. And so it was almost never a problem of writing code. It was a problem of understanding what the right problem is to solve. So again, I have to say this. I don't think we have a quantity problem. We have a quality problem. And I think that having junior devs is an excellent way to explore space, bounce off ideas, and genuinely have people that are enthusiastic and excited about what they're doing. So, do I think junior devs are going to get replaced with AI? No. But do I think a lot of companies are going to replace junior devs with AI? Yeah, for some amount of time until they realize it was a huge mistake.
yeah. I mean, there you have it, folks. Until it was a huge mistake, I feel like junior devs will kind of get replaced, but not in the way you think. We'll get replaced in like, okay, there's two analogies I'm gonna bring up and then I'm done. One analogy is the Bitcoin analogy. Every time you mine a Bitcoin or you try to mine a block, it's like 10, if I'm not mistaken, every 10 minutes you mine 1 block and then it has to solve that specific problem. It's like talking to a genie almost. If we could get to the point where we can have a person manage AI to the point where it could creatively output something, yeah, for sure. Like, but junior devs are getting replaced by one person in a company. Like, it probably won't be as much teamwork oriented stuff because it's not going to be needed. Or we can go the MBA route or the sports route where every developer, and this is the one I hope for, because every developer will either have to be in a kind of MBA or sports setting where they need a contract, and each contract, this is supposed to be happening for said team, and on said team, you will get paid this amount, and it'll be treated exactly like the sports leagues and stuff where you're on a 5-year contract making $10 million, and that's just the budget that will people have eventually because look at everything that's being invested now. So hopefully it goes to that sports route. That's what I'm hoping for. So you can kind of get more of a chance to make money and kind of branch off into different teams of AI models and stuff without so much restriction and things. I hope you guys did like the video. Shout out to the Primeagen again. Make sure you guys go subscribe. Always love his shows. Always love his content. And see you later.